Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking through my thought process and explaining why I am making all of the decisions that I'm making in a ranked game of the finals, and this time I'm doing it as a light. So back when the SA-1216 was super OP, I just mained heavy because I was trying to get to Diamond 4, and if I used anything else, it just felt really bad. Then the SA-1216 was nerfed, I did one as medium, and I did one like that, and now I'm going to do one as light. So now that SA-1216 has been nerfed, and now that the glitch grenades have been buffed, light is suddenly a lot more viable in ranked. I don't actually have glitch grenades on because I don't like them that much, but light is suddenly a lot more viable in ranked, so I thought I would give this a try. So we've got one heavy on our team. They're using the SA-1216, which really isn't fantastic anymore, but they do okay. It's not like really bad. Anyway, it's not as bad as like some of the other options that you have, like maybe the CL40 or something, or like the dagger. Anyway, so I just opened the first vault. My teammates are fighting someone, but you always want to make sure you pop the vault open, because that's 1,000 cash in the bank. So now that that's open, I'm going to try and get to my teammates. I'm trying to find out where the enemies are. I think I get some ticks from the gas damage there. It might also have just been my teammates running through it. I'm not so sure, because you do get the hit markers for your teammates too. So a teammate grabs the vault. I mark the cash out, trying to tell them to like get away from the fight, because you don't have to fight here, right? You can just wait to res. I say as I go out of my way to stun them. So I stun them, but I don't follow up, and I just try and go around to grab the totem. So if you stun someone as a light, and they have a slower movement speed, you don't have to push, right? You can just try and run away. And I am trying to get to like a safe area here. I have my teammate's totem. I try and go invisible in the corner. I reload my stun gun. I didn't think they were going to spray. They started spraying. Now sometimes when you're invisible as light, someone will start trying to spray you. And they'll be close, but sometimes they don't hit you and then they run away. So I risked it at that because I was half health. I didn't feel very confident in stunning them and then trying to attack. So I risked just sitting in the corner, and then they did hit me with some of the spray, and that did not go so well. So I think this first match in general probably isn't fantastic for me, but I play quite well in the final round, and I think I play okay in like rounds 2 and 3. So I am going to finish the game with like very okay stats, but I think this match in particular doesn't go fantastic. I think we must win by playing it smart or something. But anyway, we go to this next cash out here. Sometimes getting wiped at the start of the match is good, because then it means you can go to like the next cash out just together as a team, and it's all like you're all playing as a team, which can be good. So I think our heavy is C4 on, and they blew that up, or they RPG'd it or something. I stunned this person, and then I just finished them off, and that is one purple dead. I'm going to try and chuck some frag grenades up here. The first one I didn't throw very well, and I also completely missed the gas grenade. So if you're not very confident with throwing stuff, it's always good to just hold it down and see where it's actually going to go, because I just missed 2 of my throws there, and you know, they've got like a good bit of cooldown on them, so it's going to be good to not waste them like that. Teammate goes down, goes to defibrillate, which they do. I get the stun, and I'm going to try and eliminate them. I really thought I killed them there, but I didn't. They were on a sliver of health, and I got eliminated, so that was bad for me. I like reloaded before I actually needed to. I really thought I had killed them, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes you really think you get a kill, and you just don't. So do watch out for that. It's better to just like make sure you get the kill, make sure you see the elimination symbol, and then run away. But that was just a little bit unfortunate. I just was completely wrong there. Our heavy takes that fight. You don't want to take that fight. They were probably very close to getting health regeneration, so that's a really bad time to take that fight. If they had waited like 2 more seconds, that health regeneration would have kicked in, then they would have been full health, and then they probably could have taken that 1v1. But if you're not full health, don't 1v1, because if the other enemy is full health, they're probably going to win, no matter what class you are. So always not really a good idea to do that, but it's okay. We get wiped, and now we're going to respawn at the next vault. So far it hasn't gone so well. I'm as invested in this as you are. I don't know how we're going to win this match. I don't remember. I throw a frag grenade there because I normally play medium, and 3 is my zipline, and here frag grenade's number 3, so I like press 3 to equip the zipline and then left click to place it, but I've got frag grenades on, so just had a little brain fart there. I'm not playing medium anymore. Yeah, this is a nice frag grenade by the enemy team. I pushed, and I was going to throw a frag grenade, but they like right-clicked a frag grenade at the door because they knew we were going to push, and then that blows me up. So really nice frag grenade by the enemy there. I get revived, I get defibbed, which is very good. Gonna grab the vault and just bring it to cash out C. You don't have to take this fight. If you wipe the whole enemy team, you get 600 cash. If you get wiped, you lose 30% of your cash, whereas if you just take the vault and put it into cash out C, you just get 1,000 cash. So, out of those 3 options, the one with the least risk and highest reward is to go and put the Vault into the cash out. It gives you 1,000 cash, and it also gives you the advantage for the next fight. There's no point whatsoever staying back there and trying to wipe that enemy team. So we just go to this cash out. And my teammates do come with me. They might have wiped the enemy team, actually, I'm not so sure. But we're all here now anyway, and that's what matters. The other Vault was put in at a similar time, which is always good. I hear some explosions happening. I go invisible, I see someone over here, and I just get a little bit destroyed. I go invisible straight away so they don't finish me off. I try and flank because I really think they're going to be around here. I saw this dude got hit a little bit by my heavy, so I kind of guessed they might have been low. I tried shooting them. Getting healed by my teammate, which is always good. So yeah, if you see a teammate shooting someone, maybe you should also shoot that person. They're probably going to be low. I did stun that person, and I found out today you don't get assists for stunning people, which should probably be changed. I'm pretty sure you get assists for healing people, and then if that person like kills an enemy, maybe I'm wrong about that though, maybe that's like an Overwatch thing. But you should get an assist if you stun someone and your teammate eliminates that person. I think that happens a couple of times actually. But yeah, that should definitely be a thing. Nothing's gonna happen for 1 second, so I will skip to when something does happen. We are still at Cash Out C, and some enemies show up here, so I just try and chuck a frag grenade down there. An enemy marks them. I just chuck a frag grenade where the marker is. I see someone coming up on the zip line. I miss all of my shots. One teammate is down. The heavy tries pushing, so I push with them. I stun someone. Again, I don't get the assist here, but you know, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. And now my other teammate is dead. I'm thinking about going for the res. I thought they might have been around that corner. They weren't. They go to steal, so I quickly go to push, and then they stop stealing, so I come back. No need to push if they're not actually stealing. And now they start stealing it for real. I know I've got enough time to res and then also stun them, and it works just fine. So knowing how long it takes to steal the cash out, which is 6 seconds, and how long it takes to revive someone and also reload your stun gun, can be very, very valuable information there. I knew I had enough time to res, reload my stun gun, and then go stun them so they wouldn't get the cash out, and it works just fine. I think my heavy actually got the kill before I stunned them, but I'm pretty sure I would have been able to stun them there. And that all works out okay. If I didn't play that right, we would have lost that cash out there because they would have stolen it, and we wouldn't have had time to steal it back. So, you know, even if you don't have the best aim, which I don't, just having game sense really is going to be able to get you into the diamond ranks. Because I've got to diamond, like, in every season, like in closed beta. No, not in closed beta. In both open betas and season 1, I got to diamond, and I don't have very good aim. It's just from game sense, right? So just, you know, thinking a little bit, and also knowing certain information and how long it takes to do certain actions can be very, very valuable information as well. And you just kind of, sometimes, even if you don't know, like, a number, sometimes you can, like, just judge it by doing it so frequently, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how long it takes to revive someone off by heart. It's probably like 3 or 4 seconds or something. I'm not so sure. I'm sure someone in the comments can tell me. But I knew there, even though I didn't know the number, that I would be able to do that, if that makes sense. Anyway, I've got the next vault here. I made sure I grabbed it because I know I've got good game sense. I'm not sure if my teammates do, so it's just going to be safer for me to grab this vault. I'm not putting this in because we are currently in 2nd place. If Vault 6 goes into Cash Out B, I will put this vault in. If Vault 6 does not go into Cash Out B, I will not put this vault in. As it stands, we don't have to do anything. If someone puts Vault 6 into Cash Out B, then Pink can win, or Orange can win, or we also stay in 2nd place and Purple just gets it. But there's like a 2 in 3 chance that Pink or Orange get that. So if they put that in, I'm going to put this into A so that we don't have to go over there and contest that. But I think what ends up happening is no one puts it in. I'm not going to put this in, and we're just going to qualify in 2nd. So if we put this vault into this cash out, we'd be like sabotaging ourselves here, because everyone would come on 3rd party at this cash out, and then maybe we get wiped and maybe we don't get it, and then some other team qualifies. So you really just have to think a little bit. I've played so many matches where someone puts this vault in last second, and you really don't need to. We just qualified. Putting that in would have been a really, 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 really bad decision. And now we have qualified, and we are going to go on to the 2nd round. It is round 2, and I think, if I remember correctly, I might play a little bit better in this round, but I'm not so sure. I start going straight ahead, because normally the vaults are straight ahead of you, but on this map, sometimes they're left and right. So we go to Vault 1. This is a cool map, by the way. I don't think I've really talked about the map yet. It's definitely a cool map. It's a lot better than Vegas. I really, really don't like Vegas. I still don't know Vegas. I probably know this map better than I know Vegas, honestly, already. Vegas is just really confusing for some reason. So I'm fighting a flamethrower here. I stun them, get out of the range of the flamethrower, and finish them off. Flamethrowers aren't fantastic because you can just... There's like a lot of ways to play against them. They're very, very, very okay. But not so hard to play against, especially if you're light and you've got a very fast movement speed. So both my teammates are dead here. I try stunning this person and taking them out. Now there's only one enemy left. Their totem was there before, which means they're probably rezzing upstairs, so I go upstairs to res. This guy sprays, and earlier I would have mentioned sitting in a corner and hoping they don't hit you. That's exactly what I do there, and this time it works. So it is a little bit risky, but it tends to pay off sometimes, being invisible, just sitting in the corner, letting them spray, and hoping they don't hit you. So it works there. I'm going to get this res, and I'm going to grab my teammate's totem and then run away. So in that situation, don't run away, grab the totem and run away, because it doesn't, like, it just takes one button. It doesn't even take like longer to do. You just grab it and then turn instead of turning straight away. It takes like half a second longer, and that half a second isn't gonna like kill you in most situations. So I mark the ground here. I'm telling my teammate to like wait. I'm gonna let them take the vault, let them go away with it. I'm gonna res, and then we're gonna go to the right cash out. So, like, sometimes it's good to just mark the ground there, let your teammate know that you're just gonna chill here for a second, instead of immediately going back to fight and trying to res, and then, you know, they get eliminated as well. That's not gonna be very good. So just pinging stuff is very, very powerful. And I'm gonna ping cash out A here, because it's gonna be the right one to go to. Like, if we go to cash out A now, and we lose, then we're still gonna be able to go to, cash out B. But if we go to cash out B, then we're not gonna be able to do A, so you might as well do A now, right? No one's going to third-party A afterwards. We're third-partying it now. So I just go in, and then I get blown up by two mines that I saw on the stairway a little bit too late. I did see them, but just too late to like do anything about it or dodge. So I do get defibbed here. Say thanks. Always nice to say thanks, and it might encourage them to do it again, maybe. I don't know, but always nice to say thanks anyway. I almost get blown up by my own frag grenade there, which I just avoid. I don't think I actually do anything in this fight, so I just say thanks again. They were healing me as well. I chuck a gas grenade. Gas grenades are kind of good for like a smoke grenade as well. I mean, they kind of like obscure vision. Like, if there's someone at one of those exits on the other side of the gas grenade there, it's going to make it a little bit harder for them to see me, so maybe they don't hit their shots. Once they do hit their shots, though, and the health bar shows up, it's not going to do a whole lot, but it's going to make it harder for them to hit the initial shots, I think. So you can use gas grenades as like an area denier, or as like a kind of a bad smoke screen, I think, which is what I try and do there while my teammate was stealing the cash out. So some enemies are marked here. I'm kind of staying by the cash out. I'm just going to stun someone. If they steal it, I throw another gas grenade. No one's going to steal that, and now we can just go to the next cash out without any issues. I think the enemies actually just ran away and started going to that one, because there wasn't much point them staying there. So we go to this one. Now, the right thing to do here is probably to open Vault 3, but you do have a lot of time on B, so there is like a chance that you can get this, and it doesn't really matter if we get wiped, because we're still going to be in the qualifying position. Unless you care about coming first and second, which I don't, then it's very okay to take this fight. And you do kind of want Vault 3 and 4 to be put in at a similar time, so opening 3 now would almost put you at a disadvantage if you put that into a cash out, because then everyone would come in third party at that as well. So it's going to be better to maybe take this fight, let this one run out, and then put 3 and 4 in at similar times. I just get an elimination here, I get a stun, and then I finish them off. They were already low. Teammate tries stealing a cash out. I could have tried to stun that enemy, but they end up dying. I see an orange, I try and take them out. I go for a steal, and then I see someone run past the vent, and I wasn't sure if I had enough time to steal it anyway, so I don't try. I just take out another orange, or I get an assist anyway. There's a flamethrower there. I don't really know what's happening with the flames, though, because they weren't that close, so I just rezzed. In a lot of situations, you can just, like, res when it seems like it's dangerous, but it's actually not. And that's what I do there. There were flames coming at me, but they weren't hitting me, so there is no points to stop the res there. Now, there are enemies at Vault 3, so I just, Vault 4, rather, so I just turned and ran. I went back to my teammates, and then I see the enemies they were fighting got wiped, so now they're both coming here. And I'm just going to wait for them, and then we're all going to fight together. You always want to stick with your team. Even if you've got, like, a really bad team, which I don't in this match, just to clarify, it's going to be better to stick with them, right? So they open Vault 4. They're probably going to go to cash out C. Unless B is closer. No, I think C is closer. I try and get a stun there. Doesn't work. I go invisible again so they don't see me. Someone did throw the Vault at us, which I don't think I realize at all, actually. I think I'm getting a little bit of tunnel vision on here. But it is kind of okay to finish them off. My teammates are fighting them, and then I see the Vault, and now I'm going to try and put the Vault into cash out C. So we just clean up that fight a little bit. We start getting shot at by someone else. Maybe it's the same team. Maybe we didn't wipe them, actually. Never mind. I reload the stun gun here because I think there's a heavy with a flamethrower behind me. There is, but they're not really in range. I throw a frag grenade, and then I throw a gas grenade so that if they come through, I'm going to get some hit markers. I don't really know the map. I assumed there would be stairs somewhere, and there were, but I just had to find them. Took me a second to find them. I'm going to break this window, and I'm going to try and res my teammates here. So I go invisible. They try and shoot me, but it is hard to shoot in invisible light. You go, like, from... You can see a light, and then they go invisible, and then suddenly you can't see them anymore. Like, it's a very fast being able to see them to not being able to see them at all situation, especially if you're at, like, quite a medium range, or maybe a little bit of a longer range. It's going to be quite hard to see a light that's just gone invisible, so that's probably why they missed their shots there. I'm just going to destroy the dome shield. Like, I would have said this earlier at some point, but I don't really like glitch grenades, and that's because they're only going to be good against mesh shields, which I think is pretty niche, because against a dome shield, you just shoot it. You just shoot the dome shield. They don't have that much health. So like glitch grenades just for dome shields are probably going to be quite bad. You might as well just put on something else. The glitch grenades for mesh shields are definitely quite good. But I just not really my thing, and I do think it's a little bit niche. Whereas frag grenades, always going to be quite useful. Gas grenades, always going to be quite useful. Glitch grenade is like, oh yeah, I'll use that if the enemy is a mesh shield. They are actually, in saying that, they are actually quite good at disabling enemies' gadgets. Maybe I'm just, you know what, I'm going to take that back. Glitch grenades are quite good, I just dislike them. That's, never mind, I was just wrong there, because they are really annoying to play against, actually. So, don't mind me, I retract that statement. I'm going to res my teammate here. Someone's stealing the cash out. Ooh, I'm getting hit by a heavy flamethrower, so again, if you're against a flamethrower player, just run outside of their range. And then they're not going to be able to do a whole lot. I also go through a vent, because heavies can't go through a vent. So I res my teammate here. I'm going to try and res the other one, and then we're going to try and get this cash out. I don't really have to worry too much about just going straight for the cash out, because we do have a little bit of time to take this fight. And I think at some point I heard someone third-partying as well. There you can do a normal res. It might be a bit risky to defibrillate there in case you need to defibrillate afterwards. I think I saw someone out here, so I try and stun them. I missed the stun, and I really nearly killed them. They are quite low, but I don't get it. And now my teammate goes to steal the cash out, which we're not... Are we going to get this? We get the cash out, and now something must happen. We get the cash out, and then our teammate wipes the enemy team that was in second place, so now we're in the lead. That's what happened. So we got that, we didn't get that cash out, rather, and then Pink went to second place, and then our teammate wiped Pink, and then Pink went back to third place, and now we're in second place again, meaning we're still qualifying. Now, in my head, I don't think I had recognized that yet. It's probably like around this point somewhere that I recognized that we were actually okay, because I knew that we didn't get the cash out, so I just assumed we wouldn't be winning. But wiping teams is very, very powerful. Making enemies lose 30% of their cash is very, very powerful, and obviously the more cash they have, the more effective it's going to be. And now we are qualifying. So sometimes in certain situations, you can try and like go out of your way to wipe the enemy team, especially if you're in a situation where there's nothing else you can do, and sometimes that will win you the game. That's not what happened there, but they got wiped and we won. And now we're going to be on to the third round. Round 3. So we just spawned in. We're going to go to the vault that's closest. It's always going to be good to go to the vault that's closest. If everyone goes to the vault that's closest, then there's not going to be any third partying at the start of the match anyway. It's probably going to be a 3v3. But in saying that, we go here, and no other team is going to come here, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, you know what happens. They go to cash out A. So sometimes it can be beneficial if you know another team has like already opened the vault. Just go to the cash out, maybe. And that way, at least, if the enemy team comes to you, you can maybe put the cash out in and like get the 1,000 cash. So I did see an enemy there somehow. I'm not too sure. I didn't see it there, but I guess I saw it originally. And I'm going to try and put this in. I throw it. It doesn't go in. I go invisible. I try and grab it and put it in, and now I go back around. So if you're the enemy team here, it's like completely pointless to stay at cash out A if they're not going to put the vault in. So that should have been their main focus, or they should have just fought us at the vault opening. There wasn't a whole lot of point staying by cash out A there if they weren't going to put the vault in, because like now they don't have the 1,000 cash. Now we're in first place with our 3,000 cash. You know, we open the vault and put it in, we've got 3,000 cash. So it's 2,000 cash, by the way, for putting the vault into the cash out and 1,000 for opening it. I think I might have said something else that wasn't right a second ago. But anyway, our heavy pushes in. I just push a little bit with them. As a light, if you've got a heavy in front of you, it's going to be quite beneficial. I throw a gas grenade, then I mark behind. Our heavy tries tanking it here. And you don't really want to tank gas. The gas was changed. I'm not actually 100% sure how it works, but I believe it does more damage with every tick or something like that. I don't think you can, like, out-heal the gas with a healing beam anymore. So try not to do that as a heavy. You can tank a little bit of it if someone is healing you, but not the whole thing, I think. I try and stun someone. That doesn't work, but then I do finish them off. I see someone blasting through the goo here, so I'm going to try and shoot them when they come through. I quickly switch to gas, and then I switch back to XP54. I get them a little bit. I get blown up by their grenade, I think. I peek around the corner. They must have, like, heard the invisibility, but I was able to stun them at the end there as well. So if you know you're going to die, it can be beneficial to stun the enemy. And that way your teammate is going to have a much easier time finishing the enemy off, which is exactly what happened there. Again, I'm pretty sure I didn't get the assist, which is pretty annoying. You should probably get the assist with the stun gun. Like, if you stun someone, then your teammate finishes them off, but it doesn't really matter. Like, assists and eliminations and, like, KDR doesn't really matter at all in this game. Yeah, anyway, I don't think anything's gonna happen here. I think we're just gonna get cash out A, then we're probably going to move on to the next objective, so I shall skip to that. We get the next vault, you put the next vault into cash out C, and now we're probably going to see some enemies in a second, which our teammate marks. I destroyed the zipline. If you didn't know, meleeing the zipline twice will destroy it. It's going to be easier than shooting it. Vault 4 is just now being put into D, so we could have waited a little bit before we put the vault into cash out C, but here we are. I don't think we're going to get third-partied anyway. I throw a couple of grenades. Oh no, you know what? We actually are going to get third-partied, but I think we're going to be okay after it. So yeah, it might be beneficial here to have, like, waited for the other vault to be closer to the other cash out so that they've been put in a similar time. So that they've been put in at a similar time is what I meant to say. But anyway, I stun someone, I get a kill. And then there's some other enemies. So someone just got wiped. Purple just got wiped, which is the enemy I just eliminated there. And then there's a different team across the way. So we are getting third-partied here. But if we defend this fight, then, like, no one else is going to come back to this afterwards. They're all going to be at the other cash out, right? So that's why you always want to go to the cash out that's been put in first, even if there's, like, a significant time difference, which there is here. Because everyone's going to third party at the other one afterwards anyway. So both my teammates are dead here. They got eliminated from behind. I'm just going to res. No one's stealing the cash out. I don't have to go out of my way to eliminate anyone. Now someone starts stealing the cash out. I do get stunned. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what, like, that weird movement thing was. Maybe my heavy charge and slammed and, like, bumped into me. Or maybe it was, like, crazy lag. I didn't see anything on the right-hand side of the screen, though. But it looked like I did, like, an evasive dash, like, backwards. I don't really know what that was. But anyway, he defend the cash out for long enough. I try and eliminate that opponent. It doesn't go very well. Teammate gets an assist, so now I decide to just turn back around and maybe go for the res, help them out with that. But I think they wiped the enemy team. So I didn't actually have to do anything. I'm just resing my teammate. And now there's 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the match. And I mark to defend Vault 5 because you don't really want to open this. You don't really want this to go into a cash out because if that doesn't happen, then you're just going to win. So you do want to defend this. Like, you can open it and then you can try and, like, put it further away from a cash out, but it's just gonna be easier to not open it, I think. I start getting shot here. I do get eliminated, and then an enemy opens it. My teammates went to the next cash out that was, like, already in, which is, like, fair enough, but it would be really bad to be wiped here. So it's okay to go to it and maybe, like, try and get a couple of kills just for fun. But you don't want to get wiped here because that would be very bad. We'd have to, like, put in another vault if someone put in the first vault, if that makes sense. Or we'd have to contest it, which wouldn't be good. Oh, I just hit my microphone accidentally. You might not have heard it, though. I just coin here. I coin because I've got 4 of them. It's the 3rd round, and I'm not going to need 4 coins in the final round. So here, like, very okay place to coin. If you've got 4 coins in the 3rd round, you're probably doing alright. And as long as you don't use, like, all of them, then you're probably going to have enough for the final round as well. So I do coin there, and that's because I want to make sure we don't get wiped, number one, and also I want to make sure that a vault isn't put into another cash out. But there I wasn't thinking so much, because even if a vault is put into another cash out, all that's going to do is prolong the match. We're still going to win. These vaults are worth 22,000, but because we've got cash outs 1 and 2, we have 35,000. So if pink gets it, we're still going to be in the lead. If purple gets it, we're still going to be in the lead. And if salmon gets it, well, we'll be in second, but we're still going to qualify. So we don't actually have to do a whole lot here. I realized that about now, so I chuck a gas grenade there for 20 seconds, and I just go invisible on top of this little banister, so if anyone goes for it, I can just blow them up. I didn't think that the next vault was going to be put into the next cash out. If I knew that was going to happen, I probably would have gone to res my teammates. I'm looking at it now, thinking it might get put in. I just chuck a frag grenade just because I can. And now I mark my teammates. So even though they've probably got a bunch of coins, you can just go res. It's not going to take so much time to res them, right? And they don't really need to needlessly coin here. At least when I coined, it kind of had like a little bit of a purpose, but here you don't really need to coin at all. There's no danger, and you don't need to prevent anything from happening. I think actually when I coined, I also didn't need to prevent anything from happening, but I didn't realize that at the time. My teammates probably know this though, because otherwise they would be coining. So this would be a really bad place to coin. That's also quite a poor place to defibrillate, actually. Just normal res there. The reason for that is because if you get into a fight here and the teammate needs to res, they're not going to be able to do that. They're going to have to do it the slow way instead of the fast way with their defibrillator. So if you're using a defibrillator as a medium, don't always use it. Just use it when you need to. Because, like, if someone died here and they wanted to res and try and go for the cash out, they wouldn't be able to do that. I see some enemy over there and I decide to try and push. It doesn't really matter. I'm just staying a little bit on the outsides of that battle because I don't really want to get wiped, just in case it makes us lose. I didn't do the math, so I wasn't sure. I think I only got 1 kill in that match, and I think our heavy got 10. Yeah, so our heavy kind of did well in that match. Yeah, I mean, our heavy just got a bunch of kills in that match. I think there were a couple of unnecessary fights, but they probably just played quite well in general. And now we are on to the final round. So here we are. It's the final countdown. We're opening Vault 1. Well, final showdown. Final countdown doesn't make... Anyway, so we're at Vault 1. We've opened it. The enemies are somewhere at Vault A. Cash out A, rather. So I chuck a couple frag grenades. I'm probably going to chuck the gas grenade as well. And now I'm going to grab this vault, and I'm going to go over to the other cash out. Why? There's no point going to cash out A if that's where the enemies are. They might have advantageous positions. I don't know what they're using, right? So they might have, like, APS turrets or Guardian turrets all set up, and that would be really annoying to play against. So why just go to cash out B? I don't need to worry about resing my teammates because they have coins, right? If you coined a lot throughout the match and your teammates didn't have coins here, then you would be doing something else in this situation, but both my teammates have 4 coins, I'm pretty sure. 5 now, actually. So you don't have to do anything here. You put this vault into cash out B, and you let your teammates coin. I went a floor too high. Now I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to just let them coin. So right now, the enemies have to still steal it. So right now, we've still got the advantage. They try stealing it a little bit. They try bait it for me to come out. I just chuck a gas grenade, and now both my teammates are up. And now we've got, like, a full advantage again. So, you know, you don't have to res there. You don't even have to take that first fight. You just put the thing into the cash out. 2 of the enemies are now dead. And I'm going to try and... No, I'm not going to res because I'm going to eliminate this purple first. This pink first, rather. I play awfully here. I did quite well in that last fight, and now I just can't aim. I try and spray. Maybe I got unlucky with the bloom or something. But my spray was absolutely awful, and my teammate finally eliminates them for me. There is... a second ago I said there was bloom, but there's no bloom. There's, like, you can just learn the hip fire recoil pattern. Hip fire recoil patterns are a thing as well. So there's normal recoil patterns, and then hip fire recoil patterns as well. I don't know any of the hip fire recoil patterns, but it probably would be beneficial to learn them. If you like hip firing, probably the M11 is going to be the best weapon for that. The XP54 has significantly more, well, significantly less hip fire accuracy than the M11, I think. Anyway, pink is respawning. I'm just putting some barrels on this cash out, so if they start going for it, I can, like, blow that up, and then they've got gas and the explosive barrel to deal with. Also using goo to try and just reinforce the area a little bit more, which is always going to be beneficial. My heavy marks something, so I go up to my heavy to see what they're looking at. Then my teammate beneath starts getting shot, So I go back down to them. I think these stairways should have a zip line so you can go up and down as you please. I see this person, I chuck a gas grenade in there. I thought it was a frag, but it was a gas grenade. I get a little bit of hits on that. I eliminate someone, I get an assist, and now pink is wiped again. Gonna rest my teammate, and we're going to go to the next vault. So just a very smooth 2 fights there. I think I should probably say as well, I don't think anyone in this match was very highly ranked. I don't think anyone in this match was at a very high skill level. Sometimes the ranked system is okay. Like, this felt like quite a fair match. I'm in gold, and I have 2 silvers, and then the enemy team, there's 1 in gold, and then they have 2 silver teammates as well. So that seems quite fair. I don't know about the other rounds. You can probably see it when I press tab, but I wasn't looking so much. But I've had final rounds where I'm in like gold and I've got 2 bronze teammates, and then we're against a trio stacking diamond team. And that isn't very fun. But this just seems like it was an okay match, which is quite rare to have. But it seemed quite fair, like gold and 2 silvers versus gold and 2 silvers. That seems quite fair to me. So it definitely went quite well. I think maybe I have lost a couple of matches in a row, and so I'm in like a low skill level right now, even though I'm still in gold, which is why this was like maybe not a high skill level match. That's probably how it works. But I genuinely don't know, because they don't tell you how the matchmaking works, and you also can't see your FP. So here we are. Someone was at that cash out. Someone was at cash out C. I used the jump pad to see if anyone was there, and I did see someone. So now I just mark cash out A. Why would you go to cash out C here? They might have advantageous positions. I'm just going to go to cash out A, which is where they aren't going to be, and hopefully we're going to be able to retain the advantage like we did at the last fight that we had, right? So I mark cash out A. I'm hoping my teammates are going to coin again. I'm hoping my other teammate that's still alive maybe like grabs the totem and then runs away to me, but maybe they're in a position where they're not able to do that. I'm going to shoot a frowny face into the wall, because that is the second time they both stayed and took a fight that there really was no point in taking. Admittedly, if they wiped the enemy team there, that probably would have been okay, but even so, it's like, just go to the cash out, right? I am able to eliminate a light, but then the rest of the team eliminates me, and I get eliminated. So there, I should have just ran quite far away, and waited for my teammates to coin, even if the enemies got the cash out, and then I should have pushed back in with my teammates, instead of just standing like super close to the cash out. That was just really bad for me. I should have gone further away there. Just a pretty poor play. Should have waited for my teammates to coin, and then we would have all been together, and then we should have just tried to retake the cash out with them instead of getting wiped, and now we have to take a fight with like less time on the clock. So just poor for me. But we respawn, and we're going to go back to cash out A, of course. As a light, you probably want to let your teammates go in front. But if you're being stealthy and sneaky, it's probably okay. Like, I'm not pushing in here, I'm just chucking nades. I do chuck a gas grenade where my heavy is, which is a little bit unfortunate. I just try and get to my heavy somehow without taking damage from the gas. I get an assist for something, maybe some gas damage. I don't know where the pinks are. I don't know how many there are, so I press the tab. I tab there to see who's alive. That's going to be very valuable to do. If you don't know who's alive, if you don't know who's on the enemy team, just tab, and that's going to tell you. So my heavy was getting shot a little bit. I shot back at the enemy that was shooting my heavy. I also tried to stand in front of my heavy so they would be able to steal it. I get a kill there, and then I also eliminate the person that's stealing the cash out, and we win the match. So heavy steals the cash out. I try and shoot the person that's shooting at the heavy who's stealing the cash out. They kind of go away a little bit, and then I eliminate just another light, and we qualify. So I went 7-1 in the final round as a light, which I think is pretty good. But again, I don't think the opponents were fantastic. But yeah, we ended up doing pretty okay. I went 16 and something. I actually can't see the other number because the editor is small. I had a lot of revives though. Our medium didn't have so many revives. I had, well, it doesn't say it there, but in total I had more revives than my medium. If you're playing medium, you do want to focus on getting those revives. And again, I said it earlier, but you want to make sure you don't defibrillate when you don't really need to. I unlocked the new fancy frag grenade skin. I'm probably gonna say good map and events here. Yeah, because I do quite like that map. It's a cool map. But yeah, there you go. Winning as a light in ranked for the first time in a while anyway. The first time probably since some point in season 1, or maybe even the open beta, honestly. But lights are okay now. I think for high ranked, it's probably going to be 3 mediums is going to be the meta. But if you're not running meta, if you want to like have a little bit of fun as well, you can probably get by with like 2 mediums and a light. Especially if your light's really, really, really good. If they can like hit shots with the LH1 or use the sword effectively, then that's gonna be super annoying to play against. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is gonna be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.